Hi everyone, it is me, Sammy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. Food shopping has gotten so expensive these days. I feel like every week I'm shopping, something's gone up in price. And because of that, I have had to completely change the way that I do my food shopping. Before I buy anything, I check exactly what I have in my house already. I then build a meal plan around that, and then and only then do I actually place my food shopping order online. And today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it and how I keep my shopping budgets to a minimum. If you do enjoy the video, guys, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing down below if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive into it. Now, I used to shop completely differently to this. I just used to decide what meals I wanted to eat, buy everything from scratch that I needed for those meals, and then the next week I would do the exact same thing again and keep repeating it. The problem was that I was constantly forgetting what I already had in my home. Like, I was buying duplicates, food was getting pushed to the back of the cupboard and expiring, things were sitting in my freezer for months on end without being used, and I ended up spending way more money than I needed to. But before I even think about shopping now, I check everything that I've already got in the house. So I check my cupboards, my fridge and my freezer and see everything that I've got, and that's what we're gonna do now. So let's go into my kitchen and have a look around and see what I've already got. So starting off in my cupboard, now I do still have a couple of meals to cook before my next shopping arrives. So things like these sauces that we're going to be used for that dinner. We've got some ginger garlic paste, some peri seasoning, some tins of tomatoes. I've got some caster sugar at the back, that's not really useful. Tomato puree we've got, milkshakes and Slim Fast shakes, need to start actually using those. And then these are sort of just like spreads and things like that. And some little baking kits as well that I've got there. So that's basically what I've got in this cupboard. Up here we've got the sort of oils and things. I've got gravy, I've got oils, I've got all that kind of stuff. Got some noodles and things for lunches. I do have loads of Angel Delight sachets. I might have to do something with those. Again, these macaroni cheeses are going to be used in a meal this week already. Got some rice. Yeah, that's all looking good. Don't need a top up of oil or anything like that. So yeah, that's looking good. I've got a fair bit of stash that I could use there. Got like biscuits and crisps and snack bits and fruit pouches and stuff for Ava up there. Then got all my squashes, so I don't need any new squashes on my grocery shopping this week. I've got plenty of crisps, so they're fine as well. I've got some long grain rice. We've got some spaghetti. I've got enough spaghetti for a meal. Got a fair bit of basmati rice as well, got a fair bit of pasta. This will do for one meal of pasta, so I have one meal of pasta, sort of 1.5 meals of rice available for dinners. But I've got a whole load of spaghetti, so we could definitely do a spaghetti dinner. So that's sort of pantry bits noted in my mind. Up here we have my thyme, coriander and rosemary, so I've got some fresh herbs available too. Then these are my messy cupboards but I do have the majority of spices and herbs and stuff that I need. Just gonna double check. Yeah, I've got oregano, I've got some chili flakes and stuff at the back. That's normally the one I run out of, but yeah, we've got some. Got soy sauce, got all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it looks good in here, looks fully stocked up, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. There's some fruit pastels in here because I've hidden them in here from Ava. So I should be good for most dinners in here that need any spices. My fridge is looking pretty bare, to be fair. I know I need some more butter because that's already on my list. We've got enough cheese bits for the boys' lunches, but I definitely need some more yogurts and some more pepperonis for this week. Got some onions and garlic in here that I know I'm not going to use, so we can definitely get those used on this meal plan. And yeah, got some cherry tomatoes as well that we could definitely use in a meal. Yeah, I don't really have too much. I've got some jam and lemon curd for toast. I do have some tikka masala curry paste and also some sun-dried tomato pesto. And also I've got some mascarpone and some packs of soft cheese that we could definitely try and use up. I've got cheddar cheese already, got a fresh pack of that. Yes, some good key ingredients there to note. And then lastly, the freezer. Now these 2 packs of corn I'm going to be using this week. I've got some flipper dippers still remaining. We have some smiles. We have some garlic and herb parmentia potatoes. Also a whole pack of veggie fingers, a whole pack of tempura king prawns. yeah, we've got quite a few dinners out of here actually that I wouldn't really need to buy anything else. I've got all my frozen veggies. We've got peas, loads of peas. I've got some fish cakes and some fish fingers. Awesome. So I'm definitely going to be able to make some meals out of this without even having to buy anything new. Now I'm going to plan some meals around what I already have and then write a little shopping list of anything extra that we need to pick up to make those complete meals. And you'll see what I mean as I go along. Also, I have to take into consideration when meal planning how many days the boys are going to be at their dad's and how many meals it's going to be just me and Ava. So the boys will be at their dad's for 2 meals this week. Obviously this shopping has to cover 7 days. So they will be at their dad's for 2 days out of that 4 dinners. So 2 dinners are just going to be me and Ava, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do freezer only dinners for those days. So I have peas, I have corn on the cobs frozen in the freezer as well. I also have the veggie sticks, the prawns, I have flipper dippers, I have a few different options for me and Ava for them dinners, and I'm going to put 2 dinners down as just freezer meals that I don't need to buy anything else for, and I will make do with what I've got in my freezer. So I need to now plan for 5 more meals for me and the 3 kids, and also I like to do 1 special dessert every week as well. I've been doing a lot out of my pantry recently. Did the best flapjacks the other day, but now that I've seen the angel delights in there, I feel like I want to create something with angel delight, which would be really fun to do. So yeah, 5 dinners now that I need to think of, and I'm thinking the first thing that I want to use up, because it's gonna go off, is the soft cheese in the fridge. So I like to make things out of the fridge first, and then I'll sort of move on to sort of freezer or cupboard bits that are going to expire. So the soft cheese is the first one. So I think I'm going to do like maybe a cheesy broccoli pasta, because we've already got pasta as well. So I'm going to put cheesy broccoli pasta down. So I've popped cheesy broccoli pasta onto my meal plan, and now what I'll do is I'll quickly think in my head what I like to add to my cheesy broccoli pasta, and anything I don't already have I add onto my shopping list. Pasta we have, I like to put spring onions in it, so I'm going to add spring onions onto the list, and we'll see if I can add spring onions into any other dinners as well. I have garlic, I have cherry tomatoes already, we can add some tomatoes into it. I'm going to add broccoli because I want broccoli in it. So just like 1 head of fresh broccoli, and then I have chili flakes in the cupboard as well that I checked, so we can add those in. And then yeah, the soft cheese and salt and pepper, and that's it. So just from adding spring onions and broccoli to my shopping list, I already have 1 full dinner ready to go. And then I do have loads of peas, and I've also got some pill plum tomatoes in my cupboard as well, and I eyed them up when I was checking, and I think I might do like not a luxury dinner, but maybe steak and chips. I like to get the thin sizzle steaks because they're quite cheap. So I'm going to do steak and chips with peas and pill plum tomatoes, and I've got mustard and things like that in the cupboard as condiments as well, so that's great. I've got the peas, I've got the tomatoes, all I need for that is steaks and chips. So already 2 meals down and only 4 ingredients needed. Now, I do have basmati rice in the cupboard, and I've also got red lentils. So I'm thinking to make my favourite dal and rice, because I've already got onion and garlic, and I've got tamarind in my cupboard as well, and I've got the fresh coriander on the windowsill, so it's a great way to use up some of my herbs as well. So I'm going to put dal and rice, and let's just quickly have a think of what else I would need. Mustard seeds, cumin seeds, turmeric, chili powder, got all them in my cupboard already, nice and easy. Ground coriander, curry leaves, got those. I've got a tin of chopped tomatoes in my cupboard as well, so that's all good. Ginger garlic paste I've got, tamarind I've got, garlic I've got. So the only things I need to purchase to make that meal is some maybe green chilies and some poppadoms for serving, so that's great. So again, that's going to be really cheap and easy for me to make, because all I need is some poppadoms and green chilies, and again, I've got a full another meal. So we have 6 ingredients needed and 3 dinners sorted already. We also had the spaghetti, so I'm thinking a homemade spag bowl. So one thing I will need is some more chopped tomatoes, because I've only got 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. So I think if I put chopped tomatoes times 2 on there, because sometimes I use chopped tomatoes for lunches as well, so it's always good to have 1 backup in the cupboard. So I'm actually going to add 2 tins of chopped tomatoes to my list. So we've used one of the onions for dal and rice. We can use another one of the onions for our spag bowl. So that's our onions utilised without any waste. Again, we can use the garlic as well. I've also got celery and carrots in the fridge that I can pop into it as well, make it a bit more hearty and a bit more chunky. And yeah, tomato puree, oregano and spaghetti I've got as well. So the only other thing I need is the beef mince. And that is 4 of our dinners done. I've been enjoying ranch dressing recently, and although I don't have many things in my cupboard to make this dinner, I do really fancy one of my favourite pasta salads, a chicken and bacon pasta salad where I have bacon, chicken, avocado, hard-boiled eggs with like cherry tomatoes and ranch dressing, and it's so yummy. And it is the perfect weather to have that meal now, and although I don't have too many items, I do have the ranch dressing. So I'm actually going to add that to my list and do a chicken and bacon salad as well, because it's not always doing things the cheapest you can possibly do it. Also, it's just about being intentional. So I'm just going to pick exactly what I need to make sure it's only feeding me and the 3 kids for that one meal, so that I'm not overspending. So I feel like we will need more pasta because we're going to be using the pasta that we've already got. So I'm going to get some fusilli because that's the best one to do with that. So I'm going to buy some fusilli pasta, and if I get a 6-pack of eggs, then I'm going to use 4 for that dinner because we'll have 1 each, and then I'll have 2 left for like an omelette or maybe a couple of lunches for Ava as well because she loves hard-boiled eggs. And then I'll need some more cherry tomatoes because I'm going to be using the other cherry tomatoes in the cheesy broccoli pasta. I'll get 1 avocado if they do them singularly, or I might have to get 2, but then I'll make some lunches out of the other avocado. Ready to eat chicken and some bacon. That's not looking too bad so far. That is our 5 dinners plus the 2 that we've already got in the freezer. So that is our 7 dinners for the week. And I need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ingredients, which is amazing. Now let's see what we're going to do for our Angel Delight pudding. I've got butterscotch and I've got strawberry Angel Delight in there. They do have quite good dates on them, to be fair. They will last quite a bit longer, but I just thought while I've got it in there, why not? I do also have quite a few biscuits. I've got some shortbread and some digestive biscuits as well left over from previous weeks. So I'm thinking maybe a banoffee Angel Delight dessert. So I can use the biscuits that I've got in the cupboard, I can use the butterscotch Angel Delight I've got in the cupboard. I'm gonna add a banana Angel Delight onto the list. I know I'm buying more to use what I've got, but it's gonna be super delicious. And then just some bananas, which I normally buy most weeks anyway. And I've got some lemons in the fridge as well, so I can squeeze a bit of lemon juice on it. If I layer up butterscotch Angel Delight and banana Angel Delight with some biscuit and some banana slices squirted with a little bit of lemon in between, we can almost make like a banoffee layered dessert. That is going to be delicious. I'm a genius sometimes. So I'm using the biscuits and the butterscotch Angel Delight already that I've got, and the lemons. So all I need is banana Angel Delight and some bananas. And that is our 5 dinners and our dessert meal planned, ready to go. I've got my shopping list ready. Now I'm going to go onto our Asda grocery app and we're going to do our shopping. So this is where I really start to keep the costs down, because I'm not buying complete meals. It's like I'm just buying missing pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with my shopping list that I've got for my dinners, and we're going to add all these items into my basket now, and then we're going to look at the rest of my grocery order and build around that. So first up is spring onions. Spring onions, is there many options? 88p, 98p. Oof. They're expensive over there. Right, let's just stick to the 69p, so that's added to our basket. Then we've got broccoli. I should just need 1 head of broccoli to add to our cheesy pasta. And yep, 79p, perfect. And then frozen chips. I know which chips I like. I like the homestyle chips by Asda. They're so yummy, especially with a steak dinner. So where are they? These ones here, £2.20. Again, they do have a special offer, any 2 for £4. However, I don't have any other chips on my list, so it's just going to be me spending another £1.80 that I don't actually need. So now we're going to look at steaks, and I'm going to look up sizzle steaks because they tend to be like the thinner ones. Let's see if they do them. Oh, no. That was a bad choice. Let's do thin steaks. I forgot the sizzle steaks are the pork ones, I think. I just want yeah, these ones, perfect. So this is gonna come with, they're normally 4 or 5 thin steaks in this one, and that's £4.56 for that, which isn't bad, considering that's gonna give me and the kids all 1 steak each. Yes, it's not a thick steak, it's a little thin steak, but we're going for them nice dinners that we all love, a steak and chips dinner, but just slightly on a budget. And again, we do have 3 for £12 on here. But I don't think I'm gonna need any other meat. So again, I will be spending more money to save money, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna leave that one be and ignore that offer. Now I need some green chilies for our dal. Hot and fragrant thin chilies, 55p, that's the one I want. And then we're gonna go for poppadoms. And I usually just get the Asda 8 ones. Now I do like to look at different prices and stuff, so the Sharwood's ones are on rollback, but they're still £1.40 for 8, so Asda is still cheaper. So we're just gonna add 1 of those poppadom packs. Now I need some chopped tomatoes and we need 2 tins. Again, so they're 46p each, or we've got the £1.80 for 4. You can look at the price per kilo, so individually they're £1.15 per kilo. Only £1.13 per kilo, so you're only saving 2p per kilo, and I'd rather pay the 92p rather than the £1.80 on this shop. So let's add just 2 of the single tins. But a great tool to use is the price per kilo. They actually do have them in the supermarkets as well, but you have to look a lot closer at the price label for them. Another reason why I absolutely love shopping online, and you can pick and choose. And if I decide that my basket's too expensive and I want to cut down the cost of some of these meals, then I can just pick and choose it. It's much harder to do that in the supermarket. Even if you do go in with an intentional shopping list, it's much harder to change your mind going around, if you know what I mean. Let's have a look at the beef mince now, because this is where I really like to compare the prices. Ideally, I want to get 500 grams to make a homemade spaghetti bolognese. Here we've got the 5% fat beef mince, that's £5.19. 15% is £4.74. That may be the one I go for. I don't want to buy more than I need right now. Ah, here we go. So we've got the 20% fat beef mince, 500 grams, £3.25. That's the one we're going to add to our basket. I'm happy with that price for 500 grams of mince. I don't mind that at all. So that's our beef mince added as well. Now I want to get some fusilli. Now normally I do just get the Asda's Just Essentials penne, which is like 41p, but I do love the taste of fusilli pasta with this particular chicken and bacon pasta. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Asda's own, or do we get the kilo? To be honest, I do use pasta for lunches as well. So it would be handy to have a little bit extra in. And again, comparing these prices, you have the 2 lots of 500 grams for £1.20, or you have the kilo for £1.29. Now looking at it, the kilo one looks like the better offer, but actually getting 2 of the 500 grams for £1.20 is the better offer. If you're just comparing the price per kilo, because the price per kilo goes by the original cost. So yeah, we're going to add 2 of the 500 gram packs of fusilli and get that for £1.20, and we're saving 9p there compared to the normal kilo price. Now eggs are something I've noticed are getting more and more expensive. Have a sip of my iced coffee. Now I usually just get the medium free range eggs, but I will just have a look to see if there's any on rollback or any on special offers. There doesn't seem to be, so we're going to go for the 6 medium free range eggs. So we're still under £20 at the moment, and we're a fair way through our list, but let's keep going and see how we get on. Now cherry tomatoes, this is one thing I don't mind paying a little bit extra for, because I really love the taste of the vine ripened ones by Asda. These ones here that are £1.15, and they do have the bigger ones. See the petite plum ones, £2.07. Just have another quick check for any special offers. No. We're going to go with our original £1.15 vine ripened cherry tomatoes. Now avocado, let's see. You can drive, but do you avocado? I don't know why I love that so much. Right. I think £1.36. I think we're just going to go for the one large avocado for 88p. Yeah, I could go for the 2-pack and things like that, which would work out cheaper per avocado. But I just think I'm going to get one avocado because it's for one dinner. Yeah, and there's just not going to be any waste. That's one thing I really like about this intentional shopping list as well. Each ingredient is specific to a meal. It will get used when I cook that meal, and then there is no waste, or technically there shouldn't be any waste. So yeah, that's one of the main things that I love about this as well, because when I do just shop how I used to shop with my old habits, there was always waste. There was always something getting thrown out at the end of the week that hadn't been used. There wasn't intentional purchases there, so something always got thrown away, unfortunately. Right, now we need some chicken breast slices, just like the plain ones. So the extra tasty chicken breast slices is normally what I'd go for. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go, I think this is the one that I usually get, this one. And the extra tasty chicken breast slices for £2.94, and again there is a 3 for £7, but I don't need anything else in that category, so I think we're going to leave that there. And now we're going to shop for some smoked bacon. I think I'm just going to go for the flavoursome 10 smoked back bacon rashers for £1.64. Again, they do have 2 for £3, which I do get that offer quite a lot when I have a few things lined up with bacon, but I'm only planning on this one meal with bacon, and it will probably do bacon sandwiches for maybe me and Ava when the boys are at their dad's as well. So that will do me sort of like a lunch and a dinner, just that one packet of bacon, and that's enough. Now we need some banana Angel Delight. See if we can get a pack of that. Oh, they've got the butterscotch, they've got strawberry, they've got chocolate. Oh no, they don't have the banana one. Uh-oh. Right, so we've got to scratch that then. Maybe just having the bananas and the biscuits with the butterscotch will give the banoffee flavour. Maybe we don't need... Let's see if they do any banana custard. Banana custard would be nice with butterscotch. Ooh, yeah, they do. Right, I'm going to get 2 little snack pots of the banana custard. And we're going to use that instead. So this is where plans change sometimes when things aren't available, but that's absolutely fine. So yeah, so we've got the banana flavour Devon custard. I've got 2 little pots of that because I want to make 4 desserts. So I'm just thinking layered desserts. So I'm just going to get 2 of the snack pots. I'm sure Ava would help me out eating that if needs be. If we have some left over, she can have it for a pudding another day. And then the last thing on my shopping list for these 6 meals is some bananas, and I normally get 6 bananas for 94p, and I feel like they last a really long time as well, so that is what I'm gonna get. 6 bananas, 94p. So for us to make 7 meals and 1 dessert, it's come to £26.49. I think we've done really, really well there. But again, it's not that I'm buying whole meals. I'm buying the missing pieces to make up a meal because I've already shopped what I've got at home. So yeah, that's how that's managed to come under £30 for all our dinners this week. So now what I'm gonna do, following similar patterns, just double checking, doing a little bit of comparison. I need breakfasts and lunches, and then I need anything extra I need in the house. So I know I need nappies, mouthwash, butter, and there's one other thing that I've got written on my whiteboard outside that I'll go double check what I actually need in the house that's sort of run out and empty. Then what I'll do is I'll add breakfasts and lunches, so normally some cereal, bread, milk, and any lunch bits that I need for the boys pack lunches, as well as anything that I need for lunches for Ava and myself, because we do have some extra pasta, we've got the bacon, we do already have a couple of lunches lined up here, and the amount of dal and rice I make normally makes a couple of lunches as well. Saying that, I don't know if I've got enough rice for multiple meals. Right, I'm gonna add basmati rice onto the list as well. Sorry, see, this is where it comes in handy, because actually if I get some more basmati rice, because I'm using some of that basmati rice tonight for dinner, and then I need some for the dal and rice as well. So actually if I get a kilo of basmati rice as well, 1 kilo's out of stock, I'm gonna have to get 2 kilos, but that's fine, I use basmati rice a lot. Just come to £30.09 now, because I've added 2 kilos of basmati rice, and we're gonna utilize that for some lunches as well. So I now need to plan my non-food items like nappies and mouthwash, get my breakfast and my lunch bits on, get anything that I've written on my whiteboard on that I've actually run out of in the house. And this is the part, sort of like, once I've got my meals on and I've added everything that I need for breakfast, lunches and non-food items, that's when I can start playing with a budget. So adding these bits on now will make it between sort of 50 and 70 pounds, and then depending on how much budget I have for the week, I can either then make some changes, make some little swaps and make it cheaper, or I can be like, oh, I've actually got an extra £10 this week. I have £10 to get treats, things like ice pops and things like that for the kids, which would be an additional treat, but they already have some treats already planned with their sort of banoffee angel delight pudding and things like that. So, and they have loads of sweets in the house as well, and biscuits and things. They have loads of treats, don't worry. But it would be additional treats that I could then treat myself to, or I can get myself some iced coffee bits and things like that, depending on where I am, or I can make some small adjustments and small changes here and there to what I'm purchasing to make it cheaper if I need to. So I'm just going to finish off my shopping list quickly for the week, and then I'll jump back on and let you know the total that we're at. So there we have it. This is my total. So my total is now 76.95. That's how much I've spent on this week's food shop. So originally it came in at under £70 after I got everything I needed for lunches and breakfast and bits I needed around the house. So it came in under 70. So I decided to treat the kids to some ice lollies this week, and I got myself some iced coffee bits. I got myself a caramel syrup, which is new at Asda, and also their salted caramel frappe powder, which I've absolutely been loving. It's what I'm drinking right now. I mix it with milk as per the packet instructions and then add a shot of coffee with ice. Honestly, one of the best salted caramel frappes I've ever had. It's so yummy. So yeah, so I decided to treat myself to that again because I am running low on it. I've been drinking it all week, and I thought I'd treat myself and treat the kids as well. So the new total is now £76.95 because I had up to around 80 this week, if I'm honest. My usual budget is up to £100, but because I'm trying to save up for summer fun, every week that I can come £20–30 under budget, that's £20–30 in my summer fun fund. So this really helps me. So ideally I said 80 was the maximum I wanted to go for, and we've just come in just under £77. So I'm really happy with that. That is now my order complete. I'm going to be placing my order now, and then in tomorrow's video, because this video will go up on Sunday and my grocery shop will be uploaded on the Monday, I'll show you exactly what arrives, if they've had any substitutes or anything, exactly what the final cost was, because obviously this is obviously an estimate, and you're going to see all those additional pieces that I decided to pick up as well. And then on Friday I'm going to do a meals I made this week video. I haven't done one in a really long time, but I'm going to be cooking all of these meals, guys, that I've shopped my cupboard for first, and then I'm going to be showing you all the recipes and showing you exactly how I make it, and seeing if this meal plan and this sort of system works in practice. But honestly, this system that I now have in place has changed the way that I do my food shopping. Instead of buying food and then trying to figure out what to do with it, I'm looking at what I already have and building around that. It's reduced waste, it's stopped duplicate products, and has helped to keep food costs under control for me. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I really love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what kind of system you use to do your food shopping and whether you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support on my channel at the moment. It means the world to me. And hopefully I'll see you really soon for another video, guys. Take care. Bye.